Hey everyone, me again. Thanks for joining me. So this is a bit of a stash update with a difference. This isn't so much about model kits, it's more about my wargaming, although there's a distinct lack of it at the moment. But I saw this in Ian Allen, which I did a video of the bookshop and model shop a little earlier, and saw that Games Workshop had released this for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Now I had to buy it because in this book we have I think it's the first troll character for Age of Sigmar, and as a consequence he can lead a troll army. And as you know, I've been painting up the Foulwater trolls for some time, and so I thought I would get this in order that I might be able to field an all troll army. But of course the problem is that there's so much more in this book, which is an add-on obviously to Age of Sigmar, that once you start pouring through the pages you get tempted to get some other stuff. Now before this book was released I was considering getting goblins, which is basically what Gloomspite Gitz are, because when I used to play Warhammer some 30 years ago, they were just great fun. You never knew what would happen with them, and occasionally things would go pear-shaped and they'd actually be hitting your own blokes with their war machines as opposed to hitting the enemy. So as a consequence I had looked through this book, and there was one or two things I bought in order to hopefully create a Gloomspite Gitz army. So I'll just show you two of the characters that you can get, and I managed to get from me and Alan. So the first one is Scraggrot the Loon King. I just love the names of goblin characters. I got him because I quite like the idea of painting this figure up. I think it'll be great fun and should be quite enjoyable. Obviously with him being a leader of the Gloomspite Gitz, he's obviously something essential to have with your army. So that's the first one. And then I bought this guy because I thought he epitomised what the Gloomspite Gitz are all about. So there we go, we've got a loon boss, and the story behind the Gloomspite Gitz, I think back in the day they used to be called Bad Moons. So the goblins used to be like the Bad Moons clan, and I don't know whether this is Games Workshop changing that slightly, or whether you could still have Bad Moons as well as the Gloomspites. So the Bad Moons, they follow Gorkamorka just like the orcs and the other goblins, but they also believe that there's an entity called the Bad Moon, and he sails through the sky, but unlike other planets and stars, he doesn't travel in like just an orbit. He can travel in different directions, and so they worship him as an extension of Gorkamorka. And of course, whenever the Bad Moon arrives, it's usually a portent that something bad is going to happen, which the goblins are more than happy to take place, because it's usually something bad for the surface dwellers, like elves or dwarves or whatever, Sylvaneth for instance, but it'd be to their advantage when that thing happens. And it sends the Bad Moon, when it appears, sends these guys into a bit of a frenzy, and it emboldens them and things like that. But these guys, just like all of the goblins, are just like sneaky gits, and rather than, yes, they will have an all-out battle apparently, you know, with others, but at the same time they're a lot happier if they can stab you in the back rather than facing you. So the intention is to get a 1,000-point army together, and as I say, I'm hoping that there'll be a lot of fun. I noticed looking through the book though that certain things are missing that you used to be able to have. There used to be the Doom Diver catapults, the Snotling pump wagons, and one or two other of the Goblin war machines. So I don't know now whether they are set aside for the other Goblin clans, and obviously the Gloomspites get basically just squeaks as part of their war machines. So you get the squeak herders, squeak hoppers, you get the fanatics as well. I forgot about those. So I'm hoping to add to these. But before I go, there was if you recall, I mentioned the Troggoth character, the troll character, and I managed to get him, so I'll show you him now. Here we go. This is Dankhold Troggoth. Now, Dankhold Troggoth are a new troll, if you like. They before we used to have Felwater, which was like the water trolls. Then we had the rock trolls, and then there was another type of troll, but I can't remember what they were now. Now that type, the third type of troll that I can't remember the name of, has disappeared, and what we've got in their place is the Dankhold Troggoth, or Dankhold Troll. Now this kit, you can either build one of these, or you can build the or you can build the Dankhold Trogboss, which is the guy that's on the back, and he's the one that's in the leader category. So it would be him, and then some of my Felwater trolls that will make up a 1,000-point army. The other good thing is that these guys can't ally with the ogres, so basically I've got two destruction armies, and they can fight each other, which is cool. Obviously, it would appear that Felwater trolls can still ally with ogres. They just won't be able to have the Troggoths. Sorry, the Dankhold Troggoth, because the Felwater trolls appear in the destruction book for ogres. So there you go. Some more purchasing, some more money has left my wallet, and some more kits to put together and paint. But I do want to try and get back into playing Age of Sigmar and get some of these armies painted that I've started. I'm thinking of dropping the demon army that I've got, so the figures that I've painted for that will probably go on eBay in order to pay towards these, because these I think I'm a lot more interested in these than in the demons. So thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.